Who are you?
Sometimes we act like enemies when we let our jealousy ruin all our
Camille.
memories.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Are you also from beauty?
Yes, I'm also from Ritson campus.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
I had a lot of friends at beauty. Fani is actually one of my friends there.
Oh, okay. So that's how he got you to speak at.
Probably. So I'm always trying to share our events with him to send to you guys, but I see that he's doing that now.
Yeah. Wait, where is BDO based?
So BDO is a company that's based across it's a global company. So we have BDO South Africa and our head office is in Johannesburg, but we also have offices in Durban, in PE and in Cape Town. So I'm from the Cape Town office and Chandani, who just joined, she works at the Johannesburg office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chandani is BDO.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Fine.
So Chandani, this is a team from the beauty side that's helping Thoughtful also on the event. Yeah, they're just taking us through like which campuses they are from. Kushle, you're saying?
I was just asking about BDO and where it's based and what do you guys what's the major part of tech do you guys actually like do?
Okay, so we like an accounting, audit and tax firm, but in terms of technology, we are part of financial services technology and we focus on IT auditing, advisory. In terms of tech, like we just started the Data Science Institute, which Chandani is now a part of. You want to touch on that, Chandani?
Yeah, so we just started our team on the 6th of January actually, so it's still brand new. But yeah, we basically plan to sort of help the accountants. So we use data science to help the accountants sort of do their audits a little bit, make it more like sort of automatic, if that makes sense. And then eventually the plan is to start looking at other companies to sort of come into to get us to do data science for them.
Okay, that's very cool. I just really don't know how data science works, so we'll just have that in the live. You guys can just say everything in the live. Okay.
And maybe you'll know more after this presentation.
And maybe I'll be very interested to actually like also go into data science because it seems pretty cool. It's just that the word itself, data and science combined, it's just like, can I really do that?
That's quite cool to look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's quickly, is you studying IT, right?
Yes, ICT and applications development.
Okay.
Yes.
All of you guys.
Sorry?
All of you guys doing active.
Yes, as far as I'm concerned, some ladies also does active.
Yes, that is correct.
Chandani, which campus are you from?
But
Okay.
yeah, you?
I went to UKZN.
Also, all of you guys are graduates except for Kato, so she told me she's doing second year.
So Reshelle and I are both from BDO. So So yeah, we're working now. I only graduated last year. I think Reshelle graduated the year before, right?
Actually, it was last year as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you guys are pretty young.
Yeah.
We're juniors. This is our like first year working. A year and a couple of months, but
Mine is literally like
Chandani
it's
has been
my
working for about 3 weeks now, and it's a month and a few days. So yeah, we knew, but we actively involved. Well, myself, I'm actively involved in a lot of women in tech related organizations and work.
Reshelle, you're the one who was in Women in Tech, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
I actually went on the Instagram page and I saw that you can actually apply to be one. So I applied and I posted in the live feed about the event today.
We got about that.
Because I tagged you, yeah.
So I manage a lot of social media pages. Please forgive me if I take long to respond to you.
Okay, no problem.
So we are looking to grow our team. So when we get more people on the team, then maybe the process will be a bit faster. But yeah, we have an app. You can go into the app and you can join our South African chapter. And we'll share initiatives that we are running throughout the year where you can apply directly on that platform.
That's cool.
Hopefully the next couple of events you guys have became shared on those platforms as well. So you get a wider reach of people who attend.
Okay, thank you for that.
Social media is powerful.
It is. And I saw that video has like 46,000 followers.
The video is quite huge. It's sort of, you get the big four firms like Deloitte, EY. Video does the same work as them, just, well, it used to be on a smaller scale, but now it's growing exponentially, so yeah, quite a big firm.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of people watching this YouTube video.
Yes, the whole video is gonna be watching.
What?
Now I mean, it's not nervous when I thought this was just a team meeting. Now I'm nervous.
But we're just gonna pretend it's a conversation between all of us, so no pressure.
Oh wow, guys, it's on YouTube.
They should have told us. Someone else will be joining now. Her name is Yolanda. She will be hosting with me. So, I don't know what's happening, but then I sent her the link. She should be joining any minutes.
Okay, sure. So we're doing this presentation like this over Teams, and you guys are just streaming it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So Reshelle, you are gonna be like the person with the host, and myself, Tato, and Chandani are present.
Yes, but then I spoke to Tato and we discussed on how it's gonna happen. I'll just do the introduction to you guys, and then I'll introduce you guys, and then since I don't know a lot about Chandani, she will be or Chandani can just come in and tell us more about herself, because Tato sent me hers and Reshelle's bio, so.
No, like for now, I don't mind welcoming Chandani and then
Okay, alright.
So in terms of questions and answers at the end, is it like, are we taking questions from like the YouTube chat, or how is that working? Are we doing a Q&A at the end?
Sorry?
yeah, that's it.
All the names of my best friends back then. I wonder if they ever think about me
Sorry, I asked if we're doing like a Q&A session at the end.
Yes, there will be a Q&A section.
Yeah. If there's questions on the chat, like on YouTube, then you guys can answer those questions themselves.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Just some fucking kids. Just some fucking kids.
Hey everyone, welcome to our Women in Tech Wednesday. Today we have three ladies. One is from UNISA, the other is from BDO, and also we have Chandani, who is also from BDO. So we have Tato, who is a second-year student studying BSc in data science, and we have Reshelle Naidu, who is from BDO and a youth ambassador for Women in Tech South Africa and a chapter lead at Girl Code. And I will just pass it on to Tato, who will be introducing Chandani for us.
Hey everyone, I'm Tato. I also would like to welcome Chandani Gela. She is a data scientist from BDO who is here to give us more insight about data science and her experience in the field. So to start up with the event, one of the reasons why I started the event was based on my concerns about the lack of women, not only in engineering, science, and mathematics industry, but that also in fields which deal with like general analysis of data, like your IT, for instance, and all that revolves around the tech world. But before I begin to lay down my concerns and statistics, which led me here, I'd really love to take you through brief facts about what data science is and also introduce some of the interesting facts about it. So what is data science? Data science is self-explanatory to me. It's basically everything that deals with data. This includes a wide variety of processes of having to share, develop, and analyze. Analyze, more like having to examine the collected data in order to come to an understanding of certain trends, like departments where data science is applied. It's your medicine, for instance, where data scientists come up with like various types of algorithms which help predict things like your side effects, right? In sports, their models and metrics have redefined what you call athletic potential. What I mean by that, these are characteristics that make up an athletic, such as your speed, your running and agility and so forth. Data science has also been used to tackle things like your traffic with route optimizing models that capture typical rush hours. So I know that one may ask themselves, why, unlike data analysts, why do data scientists go even deeper into finding out the cause of the trend in the collected data? So this all leads me to their goals. What do they practically do on a daily basis, right? They actually acquire certain skills from various types of data. This is two types that I'm going to lay down, from your traditional, being more organized, structured phase of data, to those that do not fit into simple spreadsheets when using like your apps, like your Excel apps with rows and columns. I'm talking about things like your videos, your audios, and image files. And having to take everyone deeper into the daily routines of a data scientist work every day. So what tools do they use in fixing daily life matters, right? So these are the 14 types of tools they use to solve daily life problems. And I'm just going to pick out like 6, and just so each one of y'all gets a picture of how are these tools used on a daily basis. So starting with your SAS, right? Also known as your statistical analytical system. This one is perfectly designed for statistical operations and not used by many, but mostly familiar with large organizations to analyze data. So data scientists use such to generate statistics to be able to weave quality into beautiful fabrics. This also further helps in bringing things such as lifts to airline industries, and guitarists also use these statistics to make beautiful melodies with it. It also helps like your researchers to keep children healthy by using some of the statistics to analyze data from production of viral vaccines, especially in this pandemic, which can ensure a lot of consistency and safety. Moving along to your D3GS feature, this one is most popular with your JavaScript, which helps with client-side interactions. I'm talking about your Zoom app, for instance. And it also helps with apps that deal with facial recognitions and so forth. The next one is your Matlab. So Matlab is also known as your metrics laboratory. This one creates like your powerful visualizations. It's also used to clean data and analyze deep learning algorithms. So Matlab is used to generate code and also run hardware. I'm talking about once code has been generated on Matlab, that code can be used to run like hardware such as your washing machines, your printers, automobiles, cameras, idle machines, and so forth. Apex Spark, this one has a machine learning API that can help data scientists make powerful predictions with the data that is being collected. So for instance, in finance, right, or any other security company, it can be applied to like a fraud or intrusion detection system or any other risk-based authentication. Excel. Well, Excel, this is what we are most all popular with, right? It's used for things like visualization, complex calculation. This is where like data scientists also get their chance to, customize certain data that they've collected from somewhere, And for instance, in a market section, right? It also helps like perform things like goal setting, budgeting, processing, and planning. And with your housewives, it helps them manage their daily expenses as well as, groceries and so forth. Last but not least is your natural language toolkit, also known as your NLTK. So through learning of algorithms, they are able to assist computers in understanding natural language, tone, sentence structures, which can help explain a lot about how people feel and further predict how people feel about certain situations. So you get apps which can detect a person's emotion through their facial expression, right? So this is where the natural language comes in. To answer everyone's questions, why data science? Why did I follow this passion? Why am I so passionate about it? So what drew me to data science was some of the analysis of certain trends that I once observed, which also dated back from my early years of high school, like having to read about simple facts involving device storage, being from how a device like a laptop or a cell phone holds so much storage. I mean, if it's not from kilobytes and megabytes, how can it go past to gigabytes and terabytes? I mean, that alone did not leave me on the surface of things, but it also further escalated my curiosity to such a way that I became so eager to know more about the amount of data that existed in the whole world. And of course, that is done what is done to the data once it has been collected. For instance, looking at your weather focused and COVID-19, right? So with the weather focus, having to predict floods and natural disasters through weather data analysis, that also captured my interest in data science, using models which can like collect data related to temperature, humidity, air quality, and presence of dust in particular areas. Those being where patients spend most of the time. Oh, and another thing, what is even more critical during this pandemic is how data science plays a huge role in keeping its people safe. Well, one of them is that the influence stated under the world legal policies, like, for instance, how the analysis of data is the core of having to curb spread of the virus itself. See, for instance, politicians, right, can't be able to go about helping prevent the spread of the virus if they don't have any knowledge as to how the pandemic is spreading through the area. So this is where a data scientist comes into the picture. They are the professionals that help gain knowledge of data collected from like certain statistics, right? That being from your hospitalization rates, mortality reports, and so forth. So in order to come into an informed decision, data scientists can go beyond suggesting medical approaches. Say maybe a certain medical professional does not know a thing about the virus. Well, data scientists can simply show if current ones can work or not. So yeah, before I start laying some of the uncomfortable truth behind the statistics, I'd love to play you a video where women get to express their views about data science and what kind of skills are required for one to attain in order to be part of the field. Hope you enjoy it.
So there are the ability to code in some scientific programming language, good understanding of basic statistics and math. But from there,
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know, because the sound on my side was audible, but then I hear some comments that it wasn't audible. Sorry about that. I'll try doing better on the next video. But then moving along, for time's sake, in links with that, there are reasons as to what's displayed there. It's basically a little more about the statistics, as you see on the display. This is a report from the National Center for Women and Information Technology, which shows a decline not only in data science, but that also in tech industry. Like one on my far left, for instance, it shows that since the year 1991, there had been a decline, leaving women at a peak of about like 36% in the industry. On my right, it also shows 26% makeup of data professionals today. And dating back to the year 2014, it also shows that women held 25% of the chief data officers position, meaning women are like 10 times more likely than men to quit in the high-tech position. That was quite saddening for me, that not only is science, engineering, and mathematics mostly male-dominated, but so is IT and other tech-related fields. To show a great concern, the Oriel Woman book also shows a great decline in these industries, right? So in link with that, there are like some reasons also as to why there is a decline in the field. And one of the major ones is due to the lack of mentorship. As what I mean by lack of mentorship, I'm talking about interesting facts that lie in data science. Interesting facts, I'm also talking about what opportunities are available to them, what they involve, what quality of life looks like for someone in this particular role. Well, this is where mentoring and a lot of support comes into the picture as to how large the influence is in closing of the gap between tech and data science in the industry. Trust me, there is just so much more, both in the fields and to what meets the eye. I'm going to quickly introduce Reshelle Naidu, a lady that works at BDO and Youth Ambassador for Women in Tech in Gold Coast, to give us more insight about the organizations she works for and how can one join and be part in volunteering. Over to you, Reshelle.
Thank you, Tato. Hi, everyone. I'm Reshelle Naidu, and I work for BDO under the Financial Services Technology Division. I'm also a Women in Tech Youth Ambassador for Women in Tech South Africa, and be part of a global movement span across a few countries and a head office in Paris. I'm also the chapter lead for Girl Code, where we are a registered nonprofit organization, and it's Women in Tech paving the way for other women in tech. And we provide a lot of opportunities for students and women and girls of various ages. And I'm just going to give you a few of the initiatives that we're running for the year. And we really encourage you guys as students to apply for them. One of the initiatives is the Girl Code Hackathon that we run in August this year. And it's going to span across 10 countries this year, and we're targeting university students. Another one that we're running is a software engineering learnership. We'll be running Girl Code online boot camps. So if you're interested in learning some skills, it'll be a coding class from basics to master, and it will be virtual. We also have the Girl Coder Club, which run on weekends to help teach STEM-related skills to primary and high school students. We also run career days with our partners, and this is an opportunity for you guys as students to network and to learn about these different tech companies, the roles that they offer, and it gives you a chance to act as a mentor. Girl Code is currently running a mentorship program. If you're looking for a mentor, please sign up. It's going to be running for a few months, and the applications are open. We'll also be running a few workshops across the year to learn basic coding skills, and a virtual backwork program. So you can definitely find us on social media, and if you're looking for opportunities, please do apply. I'm also the I'm also the ambassador for Women in Tech South Africa, focusing on youth. And we are an organization which has over 30,000 members span across over 70 countries. And our local chapter in South Africa is new, it just started last year. And our objective is to work with women and girls in South Africa to bring about change and uplift women in STEM. And we hope to do that through physical events, virtual events, mentorship programs, workshops, networking opportunities, picture project events, fireside chats. We actually have a fireside chat that's coming up on the 10th of March with Lillian Barnard. And the applications of the link to register for that are on all of our social media pages. But all of these organizations, along with the one we work at with BDO, we also have a Women in Tech initiative. And we're trying to really help provide opportunities to close the gender gap. And we're so lucky to have Chandani on board this year. BDO started an Institute of Data Science. So Chandani is our founding member there. So I think she'll take you through her journey of how she got there and provide some insight on data science.
Cool. So hi, everyone. My name is Chandani. I am part of the team of data scientists at BDO South Africa. So we actually just started our team on the 6th of January, so it is still quite new. Anyway, so some background on me. I graduated last year with my honors in computational and applied mathematics at WITS, and I did my undergraduate in BSc in mathematics of finance, also at WITS. So I was able to get a background in mathematics, statistics, coding, and finance. And this background has contributed to me becoming a data scientist. So people always ask me why I would study a whole degree in maths. So I'm just going to answer that for you guys. I studied maths because that was literally my favorite subject at school. And I wanted to actually study something that I enjoyed and something that I was good at. So at the time, people told me to rather study something vocational, like actuarial science, CA, or law. because once I got out, I'd already have a name. Anyway, I stuck to my gut, and 4 years later, I'm in one of the most sought after professions. So congratulations to everyone here today, because you are on your way to becoming someone who will never be out of a job and probably make a lot of money eventually. So yeah, firstly, what is a data scientist? A data scientist is someone who uses scientific methods, processes, and algorithms in order to extract knowledge and insights from structured and unstructured data. So this is according to Google. But anyway, a data scientist basically helps organizations to solve problems. We combine computer science, modeling, statistics, analytics, and mathematical skills along with sound business sense. And we help to uncover major questions that a business would have and help them to make objective decisions. So when you would research data science, you'll probably see that it says that, you know, it's getting old, the craze is over, there's just too many people in the field, but this is absolutely not true in the case of South Africa. In South Africa, it's still an up-and-coming field to be working in, and as our partner would put it, it's a very sexy profession to be in at this moment in time. There's a huge gap in the market for a real data scientist. So most organizations in South Africa have data scientists, but they're not really doing real data science work. So the problem is that people don't really know how to leverage the data that they have, and that is where we come in. We know that data is a company's biggest asset. We just need to be able to use our problem-solving skills to take this data and do something useful with it to ultimately increase profits. So since data science is such a new profession, there aren't really specific degrees that you would need to get into this field. Yes, there are degrees that are data science degrees that have started popping up, but generally the ideal data scientist has a mathematical, statistical, and coding background. So the people on my data science team here at BDO come from a diverse set of backgrounds. We have someone who has their master's in physics, we have someone who studied industrial engineering, and someone who studied actuarial science, and then there's me. So it truly doesn't matter what you have studied. I personally think that the skill set that matters the most is that you have a passion for problem solving, because honestly, that's genuinely what you're going to be doing every single day. Yeah, so the data science field is actually moving so fast that in many places, the lines are blurred between a data engineer, a data scientist, and a quant. So having a diverse skill set would definitely be an advantage, because in most companies, generally in South Africa at the moment, if you're hired as a data scientist, you're probably going to be doing all three jobs. Yeah, so at BDO currently, we have started a brand new team of 4 people, and just so you guys know that 3 out of the 4 of us are actually women, which is great. Now you're probably wondering why one would need a data science division in an accounting company. So let me give you some context. So we are building our skill set by working within the credit risk modeling space, valuations, insurance, and continuous audit. Within the auditing field, so one of the issues that they have is that when auditing large companies, one of the accounting laws actually say that it's okay to just take 50 samples and just audit that. But I'm pretty sure most of you can sort of think of multiple reasons why this doesn't sound accurate. If you have millions of financial statements that you need to audit and you're only looking at 50, it can be very hard to pick up if there's any errors going on. So here is where we would come in. A data scientist can make sure that 100% of these transactions are actually audited, and we can go back to our clients and actually tell them that we've, really checked everything and it's all good. So yeah, my year has actually begun with exposure to the credit risk modeling space and creating a training regime, which includes the tools we would need to take on data science projects, both internally and externally. So the nice thing about me working at a startup within BDO is that I've had the chance to not only see the data science work, but I'm also learning how to sort of run a business. I've had the opportunity to create a business strategy, interview candidates to join the team, create partnerships with other companies within the data science space. So it is important to note that a data scientist also needs to gain a good business knowledge to be successful in the corporate world. You will need to be able to understand and communicate both business and technical concepts with people from various backgrounds. So for example, I had to actually do some IFRS 9 training when working on my credit risk modeling project. And that is honestly a concept that I never in my life thought I would actually need to know. But understanding this accounting concept actually allowed me to sort of gain a better understanding of what I needed to be doing. And yeah, it allowed me to do a better job. So yeah, there are a lot of resources available online for you to gain knowledge that one would need to gain an advantage in this space. So some free resources would include YouTube, and that one's a great one. There's also websites that you can go on, such as Analytics by Vidya. There's Practical Deep Learning for Coders website, and I will put these, I'll send these to Tato, and she will put it into the chat box for you guys, or sorry, the description on YouTube. And yeah, there are some other resources that could also be really helpful, but you do need to pay for it, are DataCamp and Udemy. So DataCamp is everything data science related and literally has so many things that you could learn from there. I use that one personally, and it's really helped me. Udemy, I'm pretty sure most of you know about that one. But yeah, they have some really nice courses and they're always on sale. So you can get it for like 250 Rand pretty much most of the time. Another good website to go on is Linux Academy. So if you want to learn anything cloud related, there's literally multiple videos that you can watch on Linux Academy that can help you get your cloud certifications or anything cloud related that you would need. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening today, and thank you Tato for having us. We really appreciate it. It was really nice to be a part of this.
No, it's my pleasure. Thank you for being here and giving insight to those who are interested, right? Thank you so much. So what's on display here is if you're interested in joining one of the conferences, these are one of the links you can join, and some of the links I'll ask Chandani to forward them to me, and then I will just forward them to onto the chat box. So moving along, this is one of the conferences that took place in Budapest, in Stanford. It's just a small video that I'd love to play, and I hope you enjoy it.
So the Women in Data Science conference is initially started at Stanford University. We joined the International Women in Data Science conference as CEU last. So the Women in Data Science conference is initially started at Stanford University. We joined the International Women in Data Science conference as CEU last year. It's been around for a while. And we also decided to showcase the best data scientists, female data scientists in Budapest.
This is particularly important. We have a fairly new data and network science department, and data science methods are used by our students in a variety of other departments and disciplines as well. And we plan to grow. We're about to start the quantitative social science bachelor's program. So it is really important to recruit students, and it is also highly important for CEU in general, and for this program in particular, to have diversity in the program. So to make sure that that women are applying to study and also to teach in these programs and in the courses. This is obviously important for reasons of fairness, and also important for a variety of other reasons, because we want to use the capacity and the talent that women bring to the program.
Women are really interested to do data science for social good, and it can be something which actually raise their attention. And we can see a lot of very good female data scientists, particularly in that field, and we wanted to show it's growing here. So we're going to have three really good speakers. We're going to talk about how the situation is in Hungary, how we can use it.
We made a poster competition for which we had almost 30 applications, we also made a call for a junior speaker. So basically it means that we invited 4 amazing women, but we kept one speech open, and we made a call for junior scholars and also junior business women to be able to apply for that call. And we also had an amazing number of applications for that, and then we selected Ida Urban, who will be a junior speaker this year.
2.5 years ago, I had an experience. That was the first time I have been talking to a blind person, and it gave me the motivation for deep learning. It gave me the motivation to create a screen reader for blind and visually impaired students and little children to help them to get more access to scientific learning materials and to help getting them a better education, I guess. Nowadays, modern screen readers for blind and visually impaired people can't really interpret scientific notations and expressions. Let them be typed or handwritten. They just can't deal with it, and I think it's a violation of equality of opportunity. So I would like to tackle this issue with my work.
If you do a Google search on picture of a CEO, today you get 100% man picture, 95 or 97% of them are white man. Yet if you go out there in the world, most people live in Asia, in Africa, you should see at least the diversity of race in that result. But there's also women CEOs in the world, not as many as I would like, for example, but there are, and they're absolutely not represented. So if we don't clear the data, if we don't make sure that the algorithms and people searching, realize that trap that we're going around in circles, that we're never going to get to equality, and we're always going to bring back the privileged groups in every search.
Scientific careers and scientific projects are still perceived as a boys' thing, and many people tend to believe that it's just not for females. But I truly believe that it's not true. You just have to find a project that you love doing, and do it, and don't even think about what other people say or think about you. Stand up for yourself, raise your voice if you need to, and do it with all your heart.
I think the message of this conference is first for other women to show that you are good enough, you are awesome, you can work in such companies, in such researches everywhere where you want, if you want. And the other message for a broader group of people is that to show that women are in science, women are in big tech companies, and we do the very same things than men does, or even better.
My message for the ladies today actually will be to get their act together, recognize the issues like unconscious bias that's holding all of us back in terms of making the change, and go for it and make that change.
So yeah, that was the video about like what to expect in one of the conferences, like if you decide to join. But then you'll get more links on the chat box, and any questions?
Before we continue, I'd just love to thank all of you ladies for those wonderful presentations. And there are questions in the live chats on YouTube. Someone asked if is it a must that you study maths in order to be good in data science? And I think that's for Chandani, because she did talk about being in data science, and if you do have the passion for doing for problem solving, then you will be good in solving some issues that we have. So can Chandani please answer that?
Okay, so you don't necessarily have to have studied maths. I know there's a lot of people who get into data science after studying engineering or something completely different, but I do think that maths and stats is probably a very good foundation for you to have. These are things that you could definitely learn. If you have a passion for problem solving, I definitely think you could learn the skills you would need to become a data scientist.
Thank you for that. And there's also another question that says, what's the difference between a data science and a data analyst? Because both roles are about modeling data.
Okay, so a data scientist is actually someone who's going to take that data and use machine learning and modeling to actually create a model that will predict the future based on like past patterns, for example. Whereas a data analyst is someone who's going to take this data, analyze it, and give you insights from the data. So they don't really do any sort of machine learning or modeling, if that makes sense. They're just kind of looking at the data, analyzing it, and coming up with, they then go to the client and say, look, this is what your data is showing me.
Okay, I think also the words say from themselves in data scientist and data analyst. For the scientist, you deal more of the practical part, and the analyst just analyzes what the data science has gathered. So I think that's what I understand from that. And Nasisia asked, what's the relationship between data science and machine learning?
Okay, well, so machine learning actually helps you to create your models that you would be using when you're doing sort of predictive analysis or trying to make an algorithm with data science. So it definitely is something that's going to be used quite often in the data science field.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And if there's anything that you can add, any links that we can share, we will be putting in the description, as Tato has already mentioned. So if there are any questions, Tori says that you guys are amazing in the chat on YouTube.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
There won't be any demos that are going to be done in the session, but I'm sure that the links that will be shared will help you into getting to data science. And actually, I'm sure there will be demonstrations that will be done there, and you can learn along as you go. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, I also just want to say thank you.
Session. Okay, you can say your thank yous.
Okay, I just want to say thank you to Reshelle and Chandani for joining us, and everybody who took part in this event. Thank you so much, guys. And I also want to say thank you for BDO for lending us Reshelle and Chandani their time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So as you guys know that we don't only have Women in Tech Wednesdays, we have other sessions that that happen. On Monday, we have Interview Mondays, where we interview the most inspiring people in tech, both women and men. And we also have AI Tuesdays, which we review how AI is changing the world and how we can use AI in our everyday lives. And we also have Women in Tech Wednesdays, which is this event happening here today, where we just interview the most inspiring women in technology and how we can just take some of that information they give us, find motivation in it, and see how we can also, as women in technology, just get through the narrative of men are the most, dominant in this industry, and we can also be successful in this industry, just like the ladies who are here with us today. And we also have Power Thursdays, which will be showing us how we can code, we can create projects with less code. And also Fridays, we have Azure Fridays on how we can create our own websites using C#, .NET, and many other coding programming languages, which will help anyone who wants to be a developer one day. Thank you very much for that. And I'm sure there will be many other questions arising, and we will talk on the side and see how we can help others. Thank you. Does anyone have anything else to add? Okay. I'm seeing that there's still other questions in the chat. Can you guys still answer them or?
Yes, okay, so about the machine learning question, someone asked, so in data science field, do you need to know machine learning prior to becoming a data scientist? No, you don't. That's something that can easily be learned. If that is something that you're scared about and you want to sort of start learning from now, there is a website that I will be sending to Tato to put into the description. It can definitely help you with some machine learning packages that you can use to get ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. There are a lot of very lovely comments in the section, which shows that today was a really, really great event. Thank you very much for making this a success.
No problem. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely evening.
You too.
You too. Bye.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. Not what you think. And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare to anyone who might care. Thought I could fly, so I stepped off the golden. Nobody cried. Nobody even noticed. I saw them standing right there. Kinda thought they might care. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. And when I wake up, I see you with me. And you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. No one lie here, but you can learn to. If I can change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't know right here. They don't deserve you. I tried to scream, but my head was underwater. They called me weak, like I'm not just somebody's daughter. Could have been a nightmare. And it feels like yesterday was a year ago. But I don't wanna let anybody know, 'cause everybody wants something from me now, and I don't wanna let them down. I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. But when I wake up, I say, and you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. No one lie here, but you can learn to. If I can change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't know right here. They don't deserve you. If I knew it all, then would I do it again? Would I do it again? If they knew what to say, it goes straight to my head. What would they say instead? If I knew it all, then would I do it again? Would I do it again? If they knew what to say, it would go straight to my head. What would they say instead?
I've been falling in and out of panic.
Never realized silence could be loud. All these people used to be romantic, but now I'm just a stranger to myself. Yeah. Ooh, finding my place in a world made of paper. Paint on the layers, the great entertainer. Everybody here is overrated. They shine like diamonds, but they're staring at the ground. And all this glitter is becoming saturated. Lately, I just feel like bowing out. Ooh, finding my place in a world made of paper. Paint on the layers, the great entertainer. Finding my place in a world made of paper. Paint on the layers, the great entertainer. Finding my place in a world made of paper. Paint on the layers, the great entertainer. Paint on the layers, the great entertainer.
For every dreamer there's a sky. For every low there is a high. For every dancer there's a floor. For every lesson we try more. We build bridges out of walls, and we tear our shadows down. It's up to us if we rise or if we fall. This is our truth, we just have to find the road. It's always me, a tale of rise and fall. Tale of rise and fall. Tale of rise and fall. For every stranger there's a home. For every king there's a throne. From every nightmare we awake, we won't get caught in the decisions that we make. We build bridges out of walls, and we tear our shadows down. It's up to us if we rise or if we fall. This is our truth, we just have to find the road. It's always me, a tale of rise and fall. Tale of rise and fall. rise and fall.